Panda.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy Biggie Willz, and today we're going to be talking about, we're going to be doing a guide on the new event called Nobile SPEX, because a lot of people are struggling on this and either they don't have the right units to do it or they can't figure out a team of how to do it. So there are two ways you can do this. You can do it as fast as possible, between 20 and 40 seconds, or you can take your time with it using a healer and a strong compatible team, taking 2 to 3 minutes on auto. So the team I use for doing it between 20 and 40 seconds, this is with a 100 luck unit, was Genos, Rayan, Terrible Tornado and Ganon. If you want to do it between 20 and 40 seconds, you could also replace Genos for someone else like Est to increase the damage of everyone. Equipment you need for a team like this is high break power equipment, high break power unit, and something that increases your critical rate by 100%. The items I used for Genos was Penist, I can't really pronounce that. Increases all your allies' attack damage by 15% while dealing 6000% dart damage, because the opposing boss is a light type, so that's going to be really effective. The second weapon was Ice Wolf Blade Gamma Eyes. It increases everyone's attack power by 25% on use, and it increases damage by 10% when near death, which is really good. The last item on Genos I used was the Divine Green Staff Kayan, because break power damage and arc gauge up is really useful. I used Genos as an attacking unit and not a break unit, so I get my final damage in. Second unit, Rayan, is probably one of the best units to use in this event, in my opinion, having the ability to have the boss break battle leafer or whatever it's called, and having the ability to increase allies skill CT on arts, and increase his own attack and break power every time he activates it. We only use Rayan for his arts damage. You can replace Rayan for Rag and it would be the same exact thing, but I think it'd be a bit more powerful. So the weapons I used on Rayan was Spirit Spear Melikazeku, 6000% water damage, doesn't matter. Increases all arc gauge by 2 for 7 seconds and increases break power by 20%. The break power is it's a total of 48% break power on between Genos and Rayan, but Rayan's only getting the 48% while Genos is only getting the 20%. I also use Genos because of his arts, increases everyone's CT by 100%, and then you get Rayan increasing everyone's by 30 and himself by 60, so that's 160% CT on Rayan. The second reason why I use Rayan is because he has a 5-star support item, which I use, Amameru's Letter Bag. This is important to do the event. You need somehow to increase everyone's critical rate by 100%. Amameru's Letter Bag was the best in my opinion. Increases everyone's critical rate by 100% and increases everyone's damage output by 25% for 12 seconds. Insane item. If you don't have it, I would actually go and get it, which is in the shop. For you get other stuff with it and stuff like that. The last item I used was Relic Macalocalypse. I could not pronounce that for crap. I can't pronounce any of them. You can use the Relic Macalocalypse to increase your own break power by 50%. So Rayan has a 98% break power boost. Or you could use Ganon's Passion, which is in the daily login, which has a chance to burn the enemy. I don't think Celia can be burned. And decreases enemy defense by 10%, which is really good. MVP of this event is obviously Terrible Tornado. Oh my god. Terrible Tornado has some of the best art skills and passive abilities in the entire game. The skill reduces enemies' break resistance by 20% for 8 seconds, which is insane. It's the only skill of its kind to have an enemy reduce their break resistance, which is so insane. And then the arts ability is just her arts ability dealing 14,000% damage plus magic earth damage. The reason why you use her is because she increases all allies' break power by 50% for 8 seconds. That's incredible to increase a party team break power. Not many units can do this. She also can paralyze the enemy, which can interrupt Celia's arts if you need to do that. She increases her own arts gauge, and her battle ether is increased when the bosses break. Magic damage from enemies this doesn't matter, but increases damage by 20% when boss breaks. This is why she's MVP of this event. Recommended item, I would use the Agio Lamuest. It does 7200% magic damage. This increases all allies damage to light element units is by 10%. Which is just more damage stacking on top of what you have. Second item, you can use anything as long it increases their stats. I'm using the Magic Rod Maleficium. And last item, I'm using Blade of Sorrow, which increases their own battle ether by 20%, which is another good item. Now, the last unit I used was Ganon. Personally for me, Ganon is my all-time favourite unit, and he's also a luck unit as well. So his skill called Maximum Crash increases on gauge by 3, dealing 1400% fire damage. It's okay, decent enough for a free-to-play character. His arts though is what I like. He deals 9000% fire damage, increases own attack by 200%. This is absolutely, holy crap, 200% is so much. And for a farmable luck unit, this is how you can do events like in seconds. It's also less likely to flinch. This all lasts for 10 seconds. And I also use him because one of his passive abilities is called Break Power, which increases break power to all allies by 10%. Items I used on Ganon, the first one was Ganon's Burning Soul, which deals 5850% fire damage and increases the defense of your allies by 20%, which can save you or clutch you from death if you don't kill Celia in one shot with using all your arts. The second item I use is his own axe called the Shuria Holt, which does between 2000 and 3500 damage. Not a lot of damage for a 5-star item, but the passive ability increases everyone's break power by 8%, which is mediocre, but more break power the better, right? And the last item I use Shield of Dawn, which reduces light damage by 30% and then reduces all damage by 15%, which is probably the best item you can use for Ganon. As a slow team and a friendly free-to-play team, you need at least a healer to do this because you just will not survive. So I suggest using someone like Valhalla, and then you could use Reyes, Sophie. Sophie's a really good free-to-play person. I like Genos a lot because of his damage output. You could also use Iris if you don't have that many good units. Iris is an okay unit to use. We are going to talk about the items you can acquire from this event. There are 2 items. One is a 4-star healing item, and the other is a 5-star defensive item. The 4-star healing item is called Princess Bamint. You use it on an ally, and it will automatically revive the fallen ally with 20% HP, lasting 120 seconds. Now in the past we've had a revive item for a fire unit, but it also can heal units if they're not dead. How do I feel about this? There's a similar item in the equipment shop which you can try and pull, which does the exact same thing, but I think it heals for 100%. So this for a free-to-play item it's really okay, but not the best item to use. The passive ability increases own heal amount by 15%. I'll be showing on screen 2 Valhallas, one with the Princess Bamint item and one without, showing the heal amount that it does and how that works. The second item you can get is a defensive item called Holy Armor Elderange. Reduces target's damage by 50% for 6 seconds and heals. Any damage they take is healed by 10% of the damage. So what does this mean? Reduces damage by half. Already a good item. And any damage they take, they heal 10% of that. That is not that bad of an item, but the only problem is a single target item, which can only be used on one person at a time. But It's the passive that I like on this item, which is called Noble Aura. Auto recovery of HP by 20 per second. Okay, that's alright. That's good enough already. Then, it increases the attack by 30% of the defense. Now, a lot of attackers have a defensive slot like Ragnar, Saitama, units like that. And to increase the attack by the defense would be really good because this item's already giving you 500 defense and stats. I'll be showing on screen, which should already be on screen. Damage deal with 2 different type of units. One is going to be Ragnar, one is going to be Valhalla. It's going to be the end of my guide video. I'm sorry it's a bit short than usual because this is a really hard event to try and look at both sides with, especially the free-to-play side. If you liked or enjoyed the video, please subscribe, like below, and if you are still struggling, I'll leave a comment below and I'll try and help you as best as possible if I can. Tell me what videos you'd like me to do, if it means character reviews, maybe the One Punch Man character reviews since it's coming to the end nearly, or any other guides on dungeons and stuff like that. Later on, or tomorrow, we'll be talking about big stuff happening to Grand Summoners Global. We're going to be talking about Awakening and the changes to Roy in Global from Japan. I've heard that he's been changed to be a massive breaker now, so this is going to be good. This has been your boy Biggie Willz, and I'll see you, as always, in the next video. Bye bye!